Hello and welcome to day 3. This is the day we talk about foundations. Now this is probably the most asked about product that we have. We have 4 different types. I'm going to talk about 3 of them because I don't own one of them. The first thing that I tried before I was a consultant is the BB creams. Now, they are great. I had seen a bunch of videos about contouring and highlighting, putting the really white here, up here, down here, using the really dark to, go along your nose, your jawline, all that. I'm going to be real with you. It is not for me. It may be for you. That's fine and wonderful. I don't have that much time, and it is definitely a skill that takes practicing. So I like to use these if I have any blemishes or anything I'm trying to cover up or anything like that, but I'm not going to be spending a bunch of time learning how to contour. But great product. It just depends on what you're using it for. Some people use it every day as a foundation, and then you would just use the blending buds to kind of blend them in. Next, I'm going to talk about, I use the pressed powder. We have a cream powder and a pressed powder. I don't have the cream. I don't know why. I have just never tried it. I have fallen in love with the pressed powder. And then everybody knows our wonderful, awesome liquid gold, our liquid foundation. So I'm going to kind of do half and half with my face today to kind of show you the difference between the pressed and the liquid. I love them both. However, as you've heard me say in my previous videos, I have an oily forehead. And the press, I feel like, just kind of works better with my oily forehead. But I use this too. So, and if you have questions about shading and coloring, I have a shade tool. I have different tricks that I can use to help you find the right shade that works for you. I just need a picture of you without any makeup on in natural light. So go ahead and send that to me if you want help, and we can figure out what shade and what product will be best for you. So you've already seen I have washed my face, put on my moisturizer, put on my primer. So now I'm ready to actually apply my foundation. So since I was tanning before the break, I got my lighter color for normal winters, I got my darker color for summer. I'm using the one that's a little bit darker since I was tanning, and that's kind of the shade I'm preferring right now. So I am using Chiffon. So on my right side of my face, I'm going to go ahead and apply the pressed powder. So I use the same brush that I'm going to use for the liquid on the other side of my face. You can see, for whatever reason, I'm really red. So I'm just going to go ahead, and again, I'm just sticking to the one side of my face instead of both like I would normally do. So instead of going all over, just one side, just so you can kind of see. They're both about the same. Again, I just like this one because it feels lighter to me, and my forehead seems to stay not as oily throughout the day. So that was the pressed. I got my velour, which is my lighter color. I got my chiffon, which is my darker. So try and do it in front of the camera here. So it is kind of like an eyedropper. Since I'm only doing half of my face, I'm probably only going to use 3 drops. If I was using my whole face, I might use a few more. Really, you don't need more than 5. And this is probably a lot for one side of my face. But when you're using the liquid, you're just going to go around and kind of, spread it out so that it's even. And then you're just going to start to rub it in. So it doesn't take long. You can see they look about the same. Luckily, I don't have much to cover up, so I'm kind of fortunate with that. So this side, it's kind of hard to see if I'm showing you correctly, but is the pressed. This side is the liquid. Same color on both sides. So see, I feel like this is kind of more of a matte. So again, I like the pressed. You may like the liquid better. Both do about the same thing. So after I use my foundation, of course, you know me, I like sun, I like color. So I use the bronzer. This one's in Hermosa. Since I just ordered that new concealer that's finally back in, I went ahead and ordered Malibu so that I will now have a choice. Again, same wonderful brush, now back in stock, by the way. It has been out of stock forever because everybody wanted it with the liquid foundation. So same brush, so I don't need 50 different brushes. So I use it all over my face. Some experts that, make the 3, so up around your forehead, down below where you would put your blush, chin. It's up to you. I want to look like I was just on the beach and have somebody ask me about it. So, I've done the foundation, pressed, liquid. I've now done my bronzer. And the last step I'm going to do kind of with my overall face is my blush. Once I try and open my blush and not my foundation. So I am using Sweet. I have my blusher brush. Kind of cover up where I was red anyway. This, I will tell you, the liquid does a much better job of kind of covering up the red. So that is one aspect. So kind of depending if I'm going to work, going out, is kind of when I make my decision on which I want to wear. So both do a phenomenal job. And now I would be ready to start with my eyes. So tomorrow you will see both the difference between the liquid eyeliner that we now have and the pencil. And then I'll spend a day going over the difference between the palettes and the cream eyeshadow. Have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow.